Eric Warnoth's lead just seemed to grow and grow, and it was all going according to plan. But would it last? Because he has been hounded by that grey cloud of bad luck this season. John Aylward crashed earlier on, damaging his rear axle, promoting Damien Lee back into his second place. Finding himself in third overall was Michael De Beer, riding the KTM with a smooth style, and that's what put him so far up the order. He was running in his best position so far in the 2012 season.
I ran 2 loops. Now you know the loop. You're going on that loop now. Okay, good.
Yuri Meyer getting instructions on the correct route this time. The Can-Am of Jackie Antigua was at full power, yet he couldn't catch any of the riders out front. Everyone was matching each other's lap times by this stage. Duplessis, though, was right there and ready to make his move should anything unfold up the road from him. Further back, it was old versus new, as the veteran Strubeck battled with the relative youngster Wagner. An epic battle was to ensue. Strubeck, though, knows the hardships of the desert and knows how to survive out there. Q2 class was still being led by Leonard DeSantis. However, Hannes Simon had caught up to him, but now he had to do the unthinkable and try and make the pass.
Yeah, well, I want to bring it home today. Bike's doing really great. It's a horsepower race. It's all about the team input. It's not just the rider at this race. It's really got to be a clean combination of a motor that runs 100%.
Pretty fast out there, guys battling to overtake.
Very fast. Yeah, I think it will be hard to overtake. Now that the wind picks up, it'll be a bit better. But it is dusty, it is fast, very, very sandy. Awesome riding. Great to be this part of the country.
Pity for Yuri, this track is amazing, really enjoying it. It's fun out there.
Pretty fast, so it's going to be difficult to overtake. Can you catch Brian?
Yes, it's very difficult to overtake because we're just pinning it all the time, and unless you make some mistakes, I don't think I'm going to be able to catch him.
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm pushing hard, but yeah, we will see what happened on the last 180 k's we will look at, and I will try to push hard and try to catch him, yeah.
Difficult in these conditions when you flat out most of the time?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult and the dust is a lot, but the barking is very great and everything, so yeah, it's like a...
It was good to see Russell Ferreira back at the top of the senior class in the Nationals. However, he was there because championship leader Amanda Erdley retired early due to a broken steering system. David Hollis tried hard to catch the leading senior. At this point, Billy Roos was in a commanding second place, but would later have problems and retire from the race. In the Masters, there was a fight between Vickers Breert and Kobus Visser on two very different machines, showing each bike has its pros and its cons in such thick desert sand. Out front, Baragwanath had started to slow with a slight frame problem, which meant Damien Lee could see his dust in the near distance. Michael de Beer was still sitting third with a possible podium position looming. Getting more and more frustrated with the inability to pass, Jackie Antigua later crashed hard, moving him all the way down to 18th position and promoting Andre Duplessis to 4th place on the road. Stefan Swanepoel was riding as fast as the quad could go out there, but still getting caught by a flying Jacques Struwik, taming the desert once again. Simon had eventually made the pass on Leonard DeSantis to take over the lead in the Q2s, but it was still very close and anything could happen towards the end. This, unfortunately, would be the last we saw of Michael Wagner, after once again having to retire due to mechanical problems. Donnie Senecal and Matthew Barnard were pushing hard to make it into the ultra-competitive top 10 places. Once again, disaster had struck Baragwanath whilst he was leading the race. A snapped frame in 2 places, promoting Damien Lee to first position to snatch his maiden victory. Baragwanath, though, not giving up, tied his frame together with zip ties as he nursed it home, finishing only 1 minute 37 seconds behind and still taking second place. On the way to his first ever podium position, Michael de Beer unfortunately ran into trouble on his final lap and had to retire from the race so close to the end. Extremely bad luck after staying out there for most of the day. Duplessis was now in third place overall, making him the new championship points leader. Stefan Swanepoel dropped 2 places on the final lap to hand 4th place to Jacques Struwik and 5th to Hannes Simon, who took the Q2 class victory. Donnie Erasmus had a consistent day to finish 7th, with Leonard DeSantis, Donnie Senecal and Matthew Barnard rounding out the top 10. Damien Lee makes it 3 maiden victories in 3 rounds. This is sure to be one close championship, and there's so far no clear leader. Baragwanath will once again be frustrated as he was robbed of a clear win once again. Duplessis' 3rd place sees him as the most consistent rider in the season and puts him all the way to the top of the points pile. Damien Lee then, confirmation of his result at round number 3, takes his victory on the Honda ahead of Baragwanath, Duplessis and Struvic.
Yes, I am. I'm just happy that my 2009 Honda did it.
Tell us what it was like out there for you today.
Fast, whooped out, especially the 3rd lap, but great fun.
You must have been smiling when you saw Brian sitting on the side of the road trying to fix his bike.
Yeah, I felt sorry for Brian. He's had a lot of bad luck this season, but he'll pull through. He always does.
In the Masters, it was Milton Thiessen that came through for 3rd place on the day. 2nd going to Kobus Visser, showing that the 4x4s really have some long legs in the high-speed run and race of the desert. And 1st place going to Vickers Briot, who is charging all the way to the front. The number 100, watch out for that red plate. He's really found his pace. In the seniors, it's not just his kids that can fly, but Daddy can really haul as well. Peter Schenk on the Yamaha getting 3rd place on the day in the desert. 2nd going to Roxy dos Santos, who is so consistent this year and spends a lot of time in the saddle, so I expect to see a win just around the corner. He's got to beat this man though. 1st place going to Russell Ferreira. This is how it broke down then. Masters was Briot ahead of Visser, Thiessen, Swanepoel and Darlow, and in the seniors, Ferreira, dos Santos, Schenk, Stander and Roos. On to the big guns now. Only 2 riders competing in the Q2 class. 2nd place had to go to one of them. This time it was Leonard dos Santos. As he got passed late in the race, Hannah Simon was the winner. In the Q1s, Andre Duplessis did all the hard work early on, made the passes and got himself up and was rewarded with the 3rd place. Baragwanath will argue that it should have been another win on the season, but he had to settle for 2nd place after problems on the big 700. 1st then went to Honda, and it was this time Damien Lee who was another new victor on the 2012 season. So confirmation then, Q1's going to Damien Lee. Baragwanath was in 2nd place, Duplessis, Struvic and Swanepoel, and in the Q2s, Simon and dos Santos. We caught up with Brian Baragwanath after the race to tell us what went wrong.
Yeah, I'm happy to be home. Unfortunately, halfway through my frame broke. Lost a lot of time on the route itself and managed to fix it and bring it home. So I'm just happy to be home, get some points, and we've proved that the bike's worth it. This is good racing for the bike, and I'm sure we'll get it right soon.
Earlier in the show, we asked you which 2 motorcycle riders are the only ones to have won the Kalahari Desert Race since its inception in 2002. The answer, Lawrence Mahoney and Grey Dick, the kings of the desert. The next round of the National Off-Road Championships will be the Bell 300-inch Louis on the 7th of July. The first time we're running the new format, everything happening in one day. Make sure you get down there. This broadcast was